Borderlands 4 is a semi-fun game that is bogged down by major performance problems, and instead of actually addressing the issues people are having, individuals like Randy Pitchford are basically giving us the middle finger. He doesn't care about respecting his audience. He's basically begging you to not refund the game, and also he's saying that it's a premium game made for premium gamers, which is a terrible take he's getting wrecked for. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, Randy Pitchford has done some severe damage to this game's image over the past couple of months, saying if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to purchase this game if it's more expensive. Of course, boiling the performance problems down to your potato PC not being able to run it. And hey, listen, I've been live streaming this game and I have a 9950 X3D, 96 gigs of RAM, I got a 5080. This game runs like trash even on my NASA setup, which is crazy. And it doesn't look any better than really the last few games. Though now Randy Pitchford is doubling down on his tone-deaf retort, saying Borderlands 4 is a premium game made for premium gamers. I decided I was going to stream this game so that you guys could actually see if the performance problems were just as bad as a lot of gamers were saying. I typically give a chance to games that I talk about on this channel because I think it's only fair, and it is absolutely atrocious, technically speaking. Now, I think that the gameplay is still pretty fun, but there's no point to fun gameplay if it's crashing, if it's lagging, if the FPS is tanking, and you can't actually get anywhere in the game. So Borderlands 4 is here, and Borderlands 4 is very demanding. This we know after a launch last week mired in optimization complaints, stuttering woes, and crashes. In response, Randy Pitchford has been busy batting off critique regarding the game's performance on his X account over the weekend, although his comments don't appear to have gone down as well as he might have hoped. It is insane to me that you see CEOs and producers and game directors going online and making such bad statements. All you are doing is severely damaging the image of your game and also your public image, which you need a good public image if you want people to buy your products. People need to have trust in you and faith in you. And instead, these are the types of comments he makes. That is absolutely terrible. And really, it just shows that he doesn't actually give a fuck about anybody's opinions but his own, or else he would say, "We're so sorry this is happening. Our developers are really trying to fix some of these issues. You know, we thought that it was going to run better," whatever the excuse may be. Or he could have just shut up, but he didn't. He said every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they are running is doing, which he got community noted, which is so hilarious. It says the publisher of a game is responsible of providing accurate, recommended, and minimal specs, since the consumers have absolutely no way to check how the game is going to run in the hardware before release. Absolutely roasted. We have made an amazing and fun and huge looter shooter campaign game. The game is pretty damn optimal, which means that the software is doing what we want without wasteful cycles on bad processes. You can't sit here and say that it's your computer's fault when, again, people with NASA PCs are also having major technical difficulties. Go fuck yourself. He says with Borderlands 4, every PC gamer has a lot of tools to balance their preferences between FPS, resolution, and rendering features. If you aren't happy with the balance between these things you are experiencing, please tune to your preferences using the tools available to you. We appreciate the incredibly high degree of passion and excitement there is for the game that we have been developing for over 6 years. We know strong feelings lead to strong opinions. We hear you and see you, but yet you're ignoring us. People like Randy Pitchford take everything personally. They will sit here and say, "It's your fault, not ours. We made a great game. We're passionate. You guys are the losers and the chuds," which is so insulting. And people like Randy Pitchford need to learn all they are doing is making it so I don't want to monetarily support them again in the future. Now, as a content creator and a streamer and somebody who does, of course, review games, I did purchase it so I could highlight it on the channel. But if I was an average consumer, there's no way he would have gotten even a penny from me, and he definitely won't be. be in the future, judging by this absolute meltdown he's having on social media. Now, funny enough, he is getting absolutely raked across the coals by gamers again, because this is not the first time, right, that he's freaked out. And he's really getting no major support. I mean, this had 761 likes, 790 comments, and 324 reposts. He was getting almost negatively ratioed, and I bet negatively ratioed once you actually take into account not only the comments but also the reposts and how many of those are not in support of him. Not gonna lie, it's been funny to watch the meltdown. It, of course, is very funny, but it's so sad and it's so pathetic that somebody like this, Mr. Magic Tricks USB Stick Pitchford, would take to social media, and instead of actually taking into account our feedback, he's just saying, yeah, it's your computer's fault. Get good scrub, get rich, buy a better PC. Clearly, it's your game that has the problem, given the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people who are basically complaining about this. The reality of the relationship, what a meaningless statement. This isn't the law of physics. What a way to tell gamers they couldn't be bothered to optimize their hardware specs and to stop bringing poor because we want the game to be this way. TLDR, the game is performing optimally by design. Okay, so any poor game performance is all on your PC. Suck it up. Yeah, I definitely do not agree with this. I think that if you are running a very good system, you should also be able to run a game on the highest settings with absolutely no problems. I remember Randy saying this would be worth $120 or something. Yeah, it's like they wanted the standard edition of the game to be a significantly higher price tag, and then they, didn't decide to go that route because they respect their customers so much. But we can tell that it's not that they respect us, it's that they knew if they charged more than $70, they were going to face major problems with refunds. And I bet that they are. There's a lot of people online saying, I refunded, I got my money back, I'm unhappy with the quality level, and rightfully so, that is the proper response. If it's not running well for you, do not keep it in your inventory and do not let them keep your hard-earned money. They need to go back to marketing school or something. Why buy from people who hate you? Anybody played the last game? I would be more willing to accept this if the game looked noticeably different from Borderlands 2, which came out 13 years ago, and yeah, it looks extremely similar, and that has led to a lot of people actually saying they're thoroughly enjoying this experience because they think that, well, even though it's not a big upgrade from the previous Borderlands, it still feels like Borderlands and I'm still having fun with it. And hey, if you are playing this game and you're enjoying it, I'm really happy for you. I'm glad you're having a good time. But even if you look at a lot of the positive reviews over on Steam, there are a lot of people saying, yeah, technically is really rough, but I'm still having fun with the gameplay and I like the world and I like the character. So even the people who are recommending it are saying there are still some problems, and of course it is sitting at mixed over on Steam right now. Total reviews in all languages 22,078, reviews in English 17,028, and it's at a mixed, which definitely isn't a good look for the latest AAA game on the block that took them 6 years to make and probably cost them like $150 million to develop. And really, if you compare it to other Borderlands games, it's not like it's a major upgrade anyway. There's really no big upgrades within this game, so go back and play Borderlands 1 and 2, which were both phenomenal games. Of course, skip 3, and I would suggest skipping 4, but right now, Borderlands 4 is going through some major problems, and Randy Pitchford seemingly can't deal with the backlash. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.